It's going to be 112 degrees today. I'm not staying down here in the valley. I'm heading with Paula to Mount Charleston. Let's do it. What do you think? Here we go.
LVIO gets around. Just 2 weeks ago, we were at the Strat, 109 floors above the Strip. Last week, inside the old world splendor of the Venetian. And in an hour, we'll be 7,000 feet above sea level on a mountainside carpeted with evergreens.
We are going up for some lunch, some sightseeing, and even a little bit of our trademark history.
So get ready, because this adventure starts right now.
Now, this is hard to believe, but since we moved to the south end of the valley in 2021, we have not been up to Mount Charleston, not once. Kyle Canyon Road is the exit we're looking for, just about 20 miles from the Strip. This whole interchange is pretty unique with the artwork and colored stone. It was completely redone and opened in 2019. Kyle Canyon Road, Nevada State Route 157, runs about 21 miles from the valley floor up to the higher elevations of Mount Charleston. We were absolutely shocked to see that housing developments have sprung up down here near the bottom. North Las Vegas continues to edge ever northward. What's great about this route is that it climbs through a number of climate zones with varying vegetation as you go up. At 4,000 feet above sea level, the temp has already dropped from 102 to 98 degrees. At around 5,000 feet elevation, you start to see the Joshua trees, so characteristic of the Mojave Desert. And then one of our favorite formations, these hoodoos. The word comes from the southern Paiute, a thing that inspires fear. They actually remind us of the crumbling castles in Scotland, more magical than scary. As we continue to climb, the Joshuas give way to junipers. And at 6,000 feet, the temperature has already dropped 10 degrees. Kyle Canyon Road originated way back in the 1930s, and nowadays, most of it is designated as a Nevada Scenic Byway. It is a stunning drive any time of year. This footage is from an earlier adventure we had up here after a fresh snowfall. At these elevations, lots of white stuff is a given. All right, we are just about at 6,700 feet above sea level, and here is our first stop for the day. The resort at Mount Charleston, aka the retreat on Charleston Peak. Compare and contrast this with where we were last week. It's a 45-minute drive from the Strip, but a world away. A timber and fieldstone structure with a majestic mountain backdrop. This property is in fact a rustic lodge with 64 rooms in a number of configurations. It was built in 1984 on the site of a former ranch. 7 years ago, the current owners took over operations and renamed it to the Retreat on Charleston Peak. The setting is charming in summer, but spectacular spectacular in the winter. Let's go in. Rustic lodge indeed. The description absolutely fits. Leather sofas, wood plank flooring, a front desk that looks straight out of Montana, and a wood-burning fireplace that would be most welcome on chilly evenings. Love the stone base on this. Our favorite picture spot was right inside the door. The eagle, the bear, and, of course, me. We noticed a few antiques placed around the lobby, including these vintage pinball machines. And other pieces like this one. In this alcove is a 24-hour cafe counter stocked with hot and cold beverages, baked goods, and snacks. An antique cash register. Stairs leading up to the rooms. And a lovely, well-maintained piano. I love this. Players only. Good plan. Along the back wall, this is a charming touch. Got a quarter? And over here, a cowboy-themed slot leads the way to the tavern gaming bar. Mounted heads. Stone walls. A pool table in the center. A nice bar with stone inlays, no less. Plus, it's got gaming at the bar. And then you've got this out the window. It's perfect. We made it. Not exactly Mount Charleston, but we are at the retreat at Mount Charleston. They have a hotel here and this restaurant that we're going to eat at. Let me just say, it was going to be 112 down in the valley where we were. And I'm going to tell you something right now, folks. I have had heat stroke twice now in the last couple of years. And I was told that I should stay out of the heat. And so I decided, why don't we come up here? Guess what? It's 92 degrees. But that's okay. It's actually cooler up here. The reason we like coming up here is we used to live 20 minutes away from here, and we used to come up here for Paula's birthdays, for Easter. We used to come up here for Easter. Now, to get here today from where we live now in Southern Highland took over an hour. We were shocked by that, but we ordered some food, and we'll show you what the food is. And then I think you've already saw the tour of this place, and I think we're gonna look at a couple other places up here before we head home. So get ready, the food's coming. The Canyon Restaurant has been updated and refreshed since the new owners took over in 2018. It is an interesting mix of rustic and fine dining where there's no formal dress code, but the setting and wraparound windows bring to mind expensive locales. The menu features the finest local ingredients sourced from Nevada. There are top-shelf spirits and great wine and beer selections at the bar. And what a bar it is! It's a work of art all by itself. Speaking of which, that vaulted ceiling is spectacular. I think we made a tactical error. We ordered a little bit too much food. This hamburger is huge. Plus I got mashed potatoes. Yeah, take a look at that hamburger. It's absolutely huge. Mashed potatoes, a salad. Paula got a pizza and some soup. So let me take a bite of this and I'll tell you what it's like. I'll tell you, it looks amazing. Oh. It's a good hamburger. Very good hamburger. It's got pickles, tomatoes, cheese, lettuce. It's got some onions on top of it. Really good flavor. And the bun, fresh as can be. Absolutely wonderful. One more bite. I give that 2 thumbs up on that. The salad, I haven't even touched it. Let me try the mashed potatoes. They look really good. They got the skins on them. I like that when they mash them and put the skins in there too. Yummy. Let's see what Paula got.
Tactical error. We burst out laughing when the server, actually, it was a guy from the kitchen that came out with this humongous tray and he said, "You need a bigger table." No kidding. We needed to order less food. I thought this was going to be a little thin crust margarita flatbread, but no, it's a monster. Now, I tried to cut it so I could taste it for you guys. I'll try this first. It has nice pesto on it. The thing that makes a margarita pizza is a fresh tomato that actually tastes like a tomato, and that one does. Wow, that's really good. Plus, look at these little buffalo mozzarella balls.
Look at closer. Show them on the plate.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
All right, that's a really good flatbread. Now, they have corn chowder for their soup of the day. I love me some corn chowder, so I went ahead and got that as well. Wow, look at that lovely corn. Hearty. Wow, that doesn't need salt or pepper. Perfectly seasoned. That is very good chowder. All right, I'm going to do my best. Not going to finish, but I'll try.
All right, well, we did our best. We really tried. As you can see on the pizza, we only got like part of that, but we're going to take that home. My hamburger, I didn't do too bad on it. It was pretty good. The salad, I dented it a little bit. The mashed potatoes, no, we couldn't do it. Food was really good, though. So we're going to wrap it up in here, and we're going to go out back, because out back behind this hotel is where the actual beautiful view is. So get ready. We're going to hit there right now.
We're now at the backside of the building behind the restaurant. Seeing those trees lopped off like that is a little odd, but this view is definitely worth coming back here for.
I pitched this idea to Dale the other day when I heard this was going to be the hottest week so far of summer 2025. I love coming up here. I told him I wanted to come up and smell the Christmas trees. We're not there yet, although it smells like mulch, and that's not a bad smell for a girl from back east. Anyway, what do you think about this scenery? Pretty spectacular. We cannot see this from our backyard, that's for sure, so it's worth coming up just for that reason.
This is the Spring Mountains National Recreation Area, a place to escape to for year-round outdoor adventures. The road to our right takes you to Lee Canyon for winter skiing and snowboarding. Right here along Route 157, there are hiking trails, scenic overlooks, spectacular views,
If you look behind me, you'll see a beautiful forest.
and endless opportunities to connect with nature. Not to mention great picture spots as well. Above 7,000 feet elevation, the temperature drops to the mid-80s. We are now entering the unincorporated town of Mount Charleston, about 29 square miles in size, with a population just topping 500. We will soon reach the end of the highway, right around 7,700 feet above sea level. Charleston Peak is the highest point in Clark County, with an elevation of nearly 12,000 feet. But the road ends way short of that at what used to be the Mount Charleston Lodge. The lodge was a combination of restaurant and cabin rentals and got its start in the 1940s. The main structure was burned down twice in 1961 and again in 2021. The cabins have survived and are still active. We had breakfast and lunch here many times over the years, and Paula absolutely loved those mountain omelets. Will the owners, the Ellis Island folks from down in Vegas, rebuild? They say yes. As you start back down the road, you get the best views of those luxury mountain estates. There are real estate sites devoted to just these with price tags between $1 and $4 million. This area has been called a vacation village for wealthy Las Vegas residents and has a truly alpine vibe all year round. But it is not without its dangers. 2 years ago, Tropical Storm Hillary caused historic flooding on the mountain, and the only school in town was closed due to water damage. This past Monday, though, after 2 long years, the school finally reopened and welcomed its 13 local elementary students. It was all over the local news. All right, we've left the town behind and are headed back down Route 157. Why does the return trip always go faster? There's the hotel. And the charming Baptist church across from it. At the roundabout, we pull into our last stop for the day, the Spring Mountains Visitor Gateway. The Gateway is a 128-acre site developed by the U.S. Forest Service from land that was once a golf course. There's a lot to see here, and the mountain backdrop is the same one we saw next door at the hotel. As you'd expect, it's stunning in any weather. Just a few steps from the parking lot, we are already entranced by these busy bees in the flowers. We'll start in the Visitors Center, where the information desk provides assistance with the features and trails on the property. The bookstore is one they're particularly proud of, stocking all manner of items that appeal to lovers of the outdoors and local history. The displays are full of valuable information about the flora and fauna of the area, its history, and what you can expect to find here. The Visitor Center is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. 7 days a week. Taking a look at the exterior exhibits, this propeller tells a sad tale. 70 years ago, a plane carrying 14 men, Air Force personnel, engineers, scientists, and CIA officials took off from Burbank en route to the secret airfield in Area 51. A winter storm and high winds caused the plane to crash near Mount Charleston Peak, with all hands lost. We first visited here in winter, and I was so moved by the story I wanted to tell it again. This is called the Silent Heroes of the Cold War Memorial, honoring folks such as these who worked in secret projects like the U-2 protecting our country. Sad fact, what they were doing was so secret, their families weren't told the truth about how and why they died for over 40 years. This plaza is a new addition since we were last here. It honors the 7 southern Paiute tribes of the Southwest known as Nuwuvi, who consider the Spring Mountains to be the place of creation. Tribal members continue to honor this sacred place, and visitors are invited to do the same. Over in this direction is the amphitheater. In here, they do programs for junior rangers as well as concerts. Isn't this a lovely spot? Outside the education building is a nice built-in grill. And inside, a kitchen. And more year-round programs for all ages. What a stunning resource this is for locals and visitors alike, and it's absolutely free.
All right, you guys, temperature check. At the highest elevation where we were near the lodge, it was 83 degrees Fahrenheit. When we got down just a mile from our house, it was 113. That is 30 degrees difference.
Actually, it was 114 at one point.
Actually, it was going back and forth on the truck.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you're an older person like I am, Paul is not, but if like I am, and you're coming to Las Vegas, be very, very careful. Make sure you hydrate all the time. Try to stay out of the sun if you can, because like I did say in the video, I did have heat stroke twice, right?
Yes, and he has learned his lesson. No trimming shrubs, no going without a water bottle everywhere we go. He has learned.
So, what'd you think about Mount Charleston? What a place, huh?
I love the place, and it did smell like Christmas trees when we got up at the top. All those beautiful pines.
Yes, it did. And tell you what, even though we overdid on the food, it was really good.
Wonderful food at the Canyon Restaurant, and we've been speaking to other people this week, and everybody has great things to say, all the locals that go up there. So it is a really nice getaway for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yeah, and if you do go up there, check out some of the sites that we did, the two that we did. But if you turn right on that road that I passed, that'll take you all the way up to the, what did they call it? The
Lee Canyon Ski and Snowboard
Ski
Resort?
and Snowboard
Yeah,
Resort.
which is also a very cool drive.
Yeah, and up there, there's also big areas where you can actually get out and have a picnic, or just want to sit in the grass and just enjoy the weather up there, right?
Plus, it's kind of a hairpin turn drive. It's actually quite a lovely, kind of a classic Western foresty drive.
All right, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell these nice people, Miss Paula?
Next week, by request, we're going back to the Rio to see what they did and what they transformed. We'll see you then.
Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.